Alright guys, I'm going to show you how I did this little loop in the SNTS style. So we're gonna start with the kick. So already we can hear lots of drive, distortion, bit of distortion on a kind of rolling pattern in this kick. So I'm gonna show you, let's just withdraw these effects. So the main kick sample was this one. And already to get a kind of grooved, I duplicated it to get, you know, two kind of rumble or subby tail from the kick. I duplicated this channel and to get the rolling pattern. So this is just a basic rolling pattern. I added a bit of drum bass to get it more distorted and compressed. I get rid of the highs. Then I got my rumble. So again, pretty simple. I took the same sample. I had convolution reverb, 100%, a bit of saturation and compression with the limiter. I only keep the sub on low end, and then I sidechain with kickstart, but you can use any kind of compressor, it would work. And so already we have the bass of this kick. Then I added an impact, so you can use any kind of impact. Make sure to keep it in mono, because sometimes in those impacts there's lots of stereo. I only keep the talk, the mid and high part of it, just to get that top kick. This is very subtle. And I do the same with another one, so I used a kick sample, but again I only keep the top part, and I add a bit of delay and reverb on top of it. It's very subtle. And again a bit of mid. So again I take a kick, any kind of kick sample that has good mid side, and you withdraw the side, put it in mono. A bit enhanced with the amp, and again a bit of delay and reverb. So with these three layers I get my top kick. So you see, it makes it go through. And we have this final product, and then I have lots of effects on the group track. So a bit of EQ first, so just to get a bit more body and sub here, to make it cut through. And very important here, saturation. That's what makes it saturated and compressed, and you get this really driving, the drive from the kick from this. So sometimes don't be scared to go a bit in the red. You gotta go to clip limiting to get this kind of industrial kicks. Then I have a bit of saturation, so it's very mild, as you can see. Saturation, trash. Then I put the bass in mono, of course, very important. And then you can keep the note for later for your kick. So this is the main kick. On top of that, I added a bit of grit to get a bit more hard vibe. So you can take any sample that is already a bit distorted. So it's a hardcore style kick. I only, of course, keep the mid and high part because I don't want to mess my low end. And then I add a bit of reverb. Reverb is not necessary here, this is too much. Here you only get to polish a bit the kick with a bit of grit from the amp. Then I have tom. It's to add a bit more drive and perc underneath the bass rhythm. As you can hear. So I took a basic 909 tom. I tuned it to get it right with the kick here. So usually you can go +3 or +7 with this note, but really it's a matter of hearing what's best. And I withdraw the highs, again saturation and compression, and of course sidechain. So then I have a loop, a Perc loop. So it's just a few notes put with a bit of groove, different velocity. You can even be more less sour in the velocity. A bit of EQing. There's too much this booming, and then of course lots of delay and lots of reverb. These are rack from All You Need Is Live, YouTube channel. Very nice. And then of course sidechain. There you go, you have your sub and bass rhythm. So then we have this kind of ambience. So I took any kind of sweep. You can take any impact or sweep or any kind of noise sound. And what's most important is to get some delay to make it go through the mix, as everything has a bit of delay and reverb. And then I use grain delay. This is very, very interesting. So you see, at first this was this kind of noise. And with the grain delay it's completely changed. So sometimes you only take one, you take another one, and you get very interesting sounds, especially for industrial sound design. Again, some reverb, and to make it move, so as you can see, it's not the same between those little sweeps, but the source, the sound source is the same. Also I pitch it down, and thanks to this auto filter and the LFO, you get something moving, and you get this kind of dark vibe. Alright, then we have the hats. So for this, pretty simple. So I took any kind of hat, but make sure to get a good sound source. So hats with lots of noise already that are filled in the spectrum. So I withdraw the very high end because it's too noisy and it's not good to hear. As you can see, it's too much shouting from the sound. So I withdraw to make it kind of a shaker here. So you withdraw the beginning of the sample to not get any to get it more shaky, and of course distortion to get this noise. And again, delay and reverb to make it go dark, and sidechaining and a little bit of echoing. And then to get the hi-hats, so always reuse what you've done. It's really important because it can give you the same ambience, atmosphere, and everything is more coherent when you do this. And so I took the same hat, I've pitched it up or down, depends, and I only took the transient part of it to get it to withdraw the sustain part of the sample. And again, a bit of distortion, and to make it noisy I took the vocoder. Very nice trick. You get also lots of delay and reverb, and again grain delay to get it more subtle, and sidechaining and EQ. This could have worked too. Alright. So then so this was an alarm sound. So I kind of looked for a kind of alarm sound and effect. So I've put the same processing. You get the amp to get it more industrial, more noise. Again, this rack that provides some delay, some reverb. You get it moving with the auto filter, with the LFO that's included. Also you can use the phaser flanger to make it move even more. You see, a bit more reverb. Some auto panning to make it even more moving. And again sidechain and EQing. So for this, the selection of sound was really important. And sometimes you can play with the pitch to get more interesting sound, and to put it to choose what's best that match with the kick and with the overall vibe of the track. So then I have this lucky fast sound. So I didn't use this. So pretty simple pattern. I just play with the velocity here to make it groovy and interesting. Only take the small part, so you reduce the decay and the sustain, because otherwise the sound is too loud. So you can take any plug sound or synth sound or any kind of sound source with texture, but it must have some harmonics. Whatever. And so you can again some distortion, same processing, and again the grain delay. It really changes the sound. It was a basic pluck here, and now you get this very dark and catchable sound. And you make it moving, make some space with the reverb and the auto pan, and everything that comes with the auto filter here to get it moving even more. Okay, so now we have this. So kind of the same technique. I took a Perc, but a Perc that has already, well no, it was just a Perc, but I transposed it down a lot, as you can see. Because here it was just a Perc, a random Perc. And when transposing it down, you get interesting sound. Again, lots of processing. So it's still a Perc like this, but when you put the grain delay, it's like magic. and then just some EQing. Lots of delay on this one, with Valhalla super massive, but you can do the same with the basic delay, but it's a lot of delay on 16th note. And then sidechaining, and make it moving with the auto filter. Then you have this ambience. So it was a ride at first, and again you withdraw the impact part to get it more subtle. Lots of reverb, and grain delay again. So you see it's a ride, just some noise. And then you get this great sound. Finally, I have the drone. I can show you. So I did 2 of them. This one is more dark, but it's more difficult to make it cut through the mix, so I kept this one. And you can take any synth or sustain note. For this I just found some random pad. You could use the pad directly, but it won't be as dark as this. To get it, you have to use the sampler, so you go through the sampler here in the sustain mode. To get it moving in a very small part of the sample, so you get your sound source, a sustained sound source with this sample. To make it go dark, you have to go through the noise. Sometimes you can add some amp to make it cut through the mix. Lots of reverb. As you can see here, it's just some dry sound, and then you get your pad, your drone with the amp. And I tried to make it moving with the auto filter, okay, but I wanted to get the sound here. You can see I can get some drone here with the red delay. It's quite cool too. So it's more a pad here, and you make it moving again with the phaser. Alright, that's it guys. So if you like this kind of tutorial or breakdown, let me know in the comments and I could do some more. Thank you guys, see you later.